Good afternoon, welcome to the Lydia Mendelssohn Theater and the University of Michigan Gilbert and Sullivan Society's production of The Sorcerer. At this time, please do take a moment to remove the wrappers from all of the lobbies in the afternoon. Also, please turn your cell phones off and other electronic devices. Finally, unless you wish to be sent to error bodies, no flash photography. Now, enjoy the show. In accordance with the silent tradition, please rise and join us for a rollicking rendition of God Save the Queen.
Glory his sexes to be next to.
At the feast
on the green will be shown, and the pride of his sexes to be next to. At the feast on the green will be shown.
Before we bells and clarions sound, forget your bells for joys above, for joys above, forget your bells for joys above. Before we bells with clarions sound, and from your throats more joy to day.
Before we bells with clarions sound, forget your bells for joys above. Before we bells with clarions sound, forget your bells for joys above. Ring forth the bells with clarions sound, forget your bells for joys above. Ring ye bells with clarions sound for joys above.
Constance, my daughter, why this strange depression? The village rings with seasonable joy, because the young and amiable Alexis, heir to the great Sir Marmaduke Pointdextre, is plighted to Aline, the only daughter of Annabella, Lady Sangazure. You alone are sad and out of spirits. What is the reason? Speak, my daughter, speak.
Oh, mother, do not ask if my complexion from red to white should change in quick succession, and then from white to red. Oh, take no notice if my poor limbs should tremble with emotion. Pay no attention, mother, it is nothing. If long and deep drawn sighs I chance to utter, oh, heed them not. Their cause must ne'er be known.
My child, be candid. Think not to deceive the eagle-eyed Pewelton. You love!
How guesses she that? My heart's most cherished secret. Yes, I do love. Fondly. Madly. Hopelessly. When he is here, I sigh with pleasure. When he is gone, I sigh with grief. My hopeless fear no soul can measure. His love alone can give my aching heart
too have loved, but that was long ago. Who is the object of your young affections?
Hush, Mother. He is here.
Oh, Reverend Vicar!
Oh, pity me, my heart is almost broken.
Oh, to such a union I shall offer no opposition. Take him, he is yours. May you and he be happy.
But, Mother, he is not yours to give.
That is true indeed.
He might object.
He might, but come, take heart. I'll probe him on the subject. Leave this affair to me.
The air is charged with amatory numbers. Soft madrigals and dreamy lovers' lace. Peace, peace, old heart, why waken from its slumbers? The aching memory of the old days. Time was when love and I were well acquainted. Time was when we walked ever hand in hand. A saintly youth with worldly thought untainted, none better loved than I in all the land. Time was when maidens of the noblest station, forsaking even military men, would gaze upon me wrapped in adoration. All me, I was a fair young curate then. Had I a headache, sighed the maids assembled. Had I a cold, welled forth the silent tear. Did I look pale, then half a parish trembled, and when I coughed, or thought the end was near. I had no care, no jealous thoughts hung o'er me, for I was loved beyond all other men. Fled gilded dukes and belted earls before me. I was a pale young curate then, a pale young curate, a pale young curate. Ah, me, I was a pale young curate then.
Oh, Mrs. Hartland, I am glad to see you and your little daughter Constance. Why, she's quite a little woman, I declare.
Mother, I cannot speak.
She's nearly 18, as good as a girl's ever stepped. I'm afraid that I shall soon lose her.
Oh, dear me, you pain me very much. Is she delicate?
Oh, no, sir. It's just that young girls look to get married.
Oh, I take you, to be sure, but there's plenty of time for that. 4 or 5 years hence, Mrs. Bartlett, 4 or 5 years hence. But when the time does come, I shall have much pleasure in marrying her myself.
Oh, Mother!
To some strapping young lad in her own rank of life.
He does not love me.
I've often wondered, if you'll excuse the liberty, that you have never married.
Oh, be still, my fluttering heart.
A clergyman's wife does so much good in a village, and besides that, you're not as young as you were, and soon you'll want someone to nurse you and to look after your little comforts.
Mrs. Bartlett, there is much truth in what you say. I am getting on in years, and a helpmate would cheer my declining days. There was a time when it might have been, but I've left it too long. I'm an old fogey now. Am I not, my dear? A very old fogey indeed. Ha ha! No, Mrs. Bartlett, I'm afraid my mind is quite made up. I shall live and die a solitary old gentleman.
Oh, Mother.
Come, at a more fitting time, we will try again. We will try again.
Poor little girl, she seems to have something on her mind. Time was this old heart of mine would beat at double time at such the sight of such a fairy form. But, tush, I am puling. Oh, here comes the brave Alexis and his proud and happy father. Let me dry this telltale tear. Sir Marmaduke, my dear young friend Alexis, on this most happy, most auspicious plighting, permit me as a true old friend to tender my best, my very best congratulations.
Sir, you are most obliging.
Dr. Daly, my dear old tutor and valued pastor, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
May fortune bless you. May the middle distance of your young life be pleasant as the foreground, the joyous foreground. And when you have reached it, may that which is now the far-off horizon, but which will then become the middle distance, in fruitful promise be exceeded only by that which will have opened in the meantime into a new and glorious horizon.
Dear sir, that is an excellent example of an old school of stately compliment, to which I have through life been much addicted. Will you oblige me with a copy of it, in clerkly manuscript, that I myself may use it on appropriate occasions?
Sir, you shall have a fairy written copy ere soul has sunk in his western slumbers.
Come, my son. Your fiancée will be here in 5 minutes. Rouse yourself to receive her.
Oh, rapture!
Yes, you are a fortunate young fellow. I will not disguise from you that this union with the house of Sangazure realizes my fondest wishes. Aline is rich, and she comes of a sufficiently old family, for she is the 7,037th in direct descent from Helen of Troy. True, there was a blot on the escutcheon of that lady, that affair with Paris. But Where is the family other than my own in which there is no flaw? You are a lucky fellow, sir, a very lucky fellow.
Oh, Father, I am welling over with limpid joy. No sicklying taint of sorrow overlies the lucid lake of liquid love, upon which, hand in hand, Aline and I are to float into eternity.
Alexis, I desire that of your love for this young lady you do not speak so openly. You are always singing ballads in praise of her beauty. You expect the very menials who wait behind your chair to chorus your ecstasies. It is not delicate.
Father, a man who loves as I.
Pooh, sir. 50 years ago, I madly loved your future mother-in-law, the Lady Sangazure. And I have reason to believe that she returned my love. But were we guilty of the indelicacy of publicly rushing into each other's arms, exclaiming, "Oh, my adored one, beloved boy!" Ecstatic rapture, unmingled joy, which seems to be the modern fashion of love-making. No! It was, "Madam, I trust you are in the enjoyment of good health." "Oh, sir, you are vastly polite." "I protest, I am mighty well." And so forth. But see, Aline approaches. Let us retire, that she may compose herself for the interesting ceremony in which she is to play so important a part.
Yet we must part, yet fall the day untried, no sorrow can mar, for he has tied the knot. There's no undoing, there's no undoing. Never to part, young heart, never to part, never to part, never to part, young heart, never to part, never to part, never to part, never, never, never to part, never to part, young heart, never to My child, I join in these congratulations. Heed not the tear that dims this aged eye. Old memories crowd around me. Though I sorrow, 'tis for myself, Aline, and not for thee.
With heart and with voice, let us welcome this matron to the maid of his choice. With the heart palpitating, comes Alexis the brave. With heart and with voice, let us welcome this mating to the maid of his choice. To the maid of his choice comes the brave Alexis, the brave Alexis, Alexis the brave.
Oh, my adored one,
Beloved boy,
ecstatic rapture,
unmangled joy.
Welcome, joy, adieu to sadness, as aurora gives the day. So those eyes, twin orbs of gladness, chase the clouds of care away. Irresistible incentive bids me humbly kiss your hand. I'm your servant, most attentive to command. What with adoration, madly fascination, to indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss. Goaded to distraction by maddening inaction, I find some satisfaction in apostrophe like this. Sangazure immortal, Sangazure divine, welcome to my portal, angel, oh be mine. Immortal, divine, angel, oh be mine. Irresistible incentive bids me humbly kiss your hand. I'm your servant, most attentive to command.
Sir, I thank you most politely for your graceful courtesy. Compliment more truly knightly never yet was paid to me. Chivalry is an ingredient While with adoration, not a fascination, to indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss. Goaded into distraction, by maddening inaction, I find some satisfaction in apostrophe like this. Marmaduke immortal, Marmaduke divine, take me to thy mortal, loved one only mine. Immortal divine, loved one only mine.
Why does adoration, mad with fascination, to indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss? Why with adoration, to indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss? I'm your servant, most attentive to command. Why with adoration, yes, and mad with fascination, to indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss? You're most obedient. You're most obedient to command.
All is prepared for sealing and for signing. The contract has been drafted as agreed.
All is prepared for sealing and for signing. The contract has been drafted as agreed.
Approach the table, O ye lovers pining with hand and seal. Now execute the deed.
Approach the table, all ye lovers pining with hand and seal. Come execute the deed.
I deliver it as my act indeed.
I deliver it as my act indeed.
See they sign without a quiver it, then to seal proceed. They deliver it as an act indeed. They deliver it as their act and deed. With heart and with voice, let us welcome this meeting. Let us welcome this meeting. Give them heart of Alexis the Brave. With heart and with voice, let us welcome this meeting. Even here to rejoice to see that meeting rejoice. Alexis the Brave, and the lovely Annelise.
At last we are alone, my darling. You are now irrevocably betrothed to me. Are you not very, very happy?
Oh, Alexis, can you doubt it? Do I not love you beyond all earth, and am I not beloved in return? Is not true love, faithfully given and faithfully returned, the source for every earthly joy?
Of that there can be no doubt. Oh, that the world would be persuaded of the truth of that maxim. Oh, that the world would break down the artificial barriers of rank, wealth, education, age, habits, taste, and temper, and recognize the glorious principle that in marriage alone is to be found the panacea for every ill.
Continue to preach that sweet doctrine, and you will succeed, O evangel of true happiness.
I hope so. But as yet the cause progresses but slowly. Still, I have made some converts to the principle that men and women should be coupled in matrimony without distinction of rank. I have lectured on the subject at mechanics institutes, and the mechanics were unanimous in favor of my views. I have preached in workhouses, beer shops, and lunatic asylums, and I have been received with enthusiasm. I have addressed ditch diggers on the advantages that would accrue to them if they married wealthy ladies of rank and not a ditch digger descended.
Noble fellows! And yet there are those who hold that the uneducated are not open to argument. And what do the countesses say?
Why, at present it can't be denied. The aristocracy hold aloof.
The working man is the true intelligence, after all.
He is a noble creature when he is sober. Yes, Aline, true happiness comes of true love, and true love should be independent of external influences. It should live upon itself and by itself. In itself, love should live for love alone. Love feeds on many kinds of food, I know. Some love for rank and some for duty. Some give their hearts away for empty show, and others love for youth and beauty. To love for money all the world is prone. Some love themselves and live all lonely. Give me the love that loves for love alone. I love that love, I love it only. I love that love, I love it only. Give me the love that loves for love alone. I love that love, I love it only. What man for any other joy can thirst, whose loving wife adores him duly? Want, misery, and care may work their worst, if loving woman loves you truly. A lover's thoughts are ever with his own. None truly loved is ever lonely. Give me the love that loves for love alone. I love that love, I love it all. I love that love, I love it only. Give me the love that loves for love alone. I love that love, I love it only.
Oh, Alexis, those are noble principles.
Yes, Aline, and I am going to take a desperate step in support of them. Have you ever heard of the firm of J.W. Wells and Company, the old established family sorcerers in St. Mary Axe?
I have seen their advertisement.
They have invented a filter which, if report may be believed, is simply infallible. I intend to distribute it through the whole village and within 12 hours of my doing, so that there will not be an adult in the place that will not have learnt the secret of pure and lasting happiness. What do you say to that?
Well, dear, of course a filter is a very useful thing in a house, quite indispensable given the present state of Thames water, but still I don't quite see that it is the sort of thing that places its possessor on the very pinnacle of earthly joy.
Ah, Marilyn, you misunderstand me. I didn't say a filter, I said a filter.
So did I, dear. I said a filter.
No, dear. You said a filter. I didn't say a filter, I mean a filter. pH, you know.
You don't mean a love potion.
On the contrary, I do mean a love potion.
Oh, Alexis! I don't think it would be right. I don't indeed, and then A real magician? Oh, it would be downright wicked.
Aline, is it or is it not a laudable object to steep the whole village up to its lips in love? And to couple them in matrimony without distinction of age, rank, or fortune?
Unquestionably.
Then, unpleasant as it must be to have recourse to supernatural aid, I must nevertheless pocket my aversion in deference to the great and good end I have in view. Hercules!
Yes, sir.
Is Mr. Wells there?
He's in the tent, sir. Refreshing.
If you would be so good as to ask him to step this way.
Yes, sir.
Oh, but Alexis, a real sorcerer? Oh, I shall be frightened to death.
I trust my Aline will not yield to fear, while the strong right arm of her Alexis is here to protect her.
It's nonsense, dear, to talk of your protecting me with your strong right arm in face of the fact that this family sorcerer could change me into a guinea pig before you could turn around.
He could change you into a guinea pig, no doubt, but it's most unlikely that he would take such a liberty. It's a most respectable firm, and I'm sure he would never be guilty of such a tradesman-like an act.
Good day, sir.
Good day. I believe you are a sorcerer.
Yes, sir. We practice necromancy in all its branches. We've a choice assortment of wishing caps, divining rods, amulets, charms, and counter-charms. We can cast you a nativity at a low figure, and we've an horoscope at 3 and 6 that we can guarantee. Our Buddha chests, each containing a patent hag who comes out and prophesies disasters with spring complete, are strongly recommended. Our Aladdin lamps are very chaste, and our prophetic tablets, foretelling everything from a change of ministry down to a rise in unified, are much inquired for. Our penny curse, one of the cheapest things in the trade, is considered infallible. We've some very superior blessings too, but they're very little asked for. We've only sold one since Christmas, to a gentleman who bought it to send to his mother-in-law. But it turns out he was afflicted in the head, and it's been returned on our hands. But our sale of penny curses, especially on Saturday nights, is tremendous. We can't turn them out fast enough. My name is John Wellington Wells. I'm a dealer in magic and spells, in blessings and curses and ever-filled purses, in prophecies, witches and knells. If you want a proud foe to make tracks, if you'd melt a rich uncle in wax, you've got to look in on the resident gin number 70 Simeriacs. We've a first-rate assortment of magic, and for raising a posthumous shade, with effects that are comic or tragic, there's no cheaper house in the trade. Love filtered with quantities of it, and for knowledge if anyone burns, we're keeping a very small profit, a prophet who brings us unbounded returns. For he can prophesy with a wink of his eye, peep with security into futurity, sum up your history, clear up a mystery, humour proclivity, for a nativity, for a nativity. He has answers oracular, bogey spectacular, tetrapods tragical, mirrors so magical, facts astronomical, solemn or comical, and if you want it, he makes a reduction on taking a quantity, yo! If anyone anything lacks, he'll find it already in stacks, if he'll only look in on the resident gin number 70 Simeriacs. He can raise you hosts of ghosts, and that without reflectors, and creepy things with wings, and gaunt and grisly spectres. He can fill you crowds of shrouds, and horrify you vastly. He can rack your brains with chains, and gibberings grim and ghastly. Then if you plan it, he changes organity within urbanity, full of satanity, vexes humanity with an inanity, fatal to vanity, driving your foes to the verge of insanity. Barring tautology and demonology, electrobiology, mystic nosology, spirit philology, high-class astrology, such as his knowledge isn't a man to require an apology, yo! My name is John Wellington Wells. I'm a dealer in magic and spells, in blessings and curses and ever-filled purses, in prophecies, witches and knells. And if anyone anything lacks, he'll find it already in stacks, if he'll only look in on the resident gin number 70 Simeriacs. My name is John Wellington Wells. I'm a dealer in magic and spells, in blessings and curses and devil-filled purses and prophecies, witches and nails. If you want a plateau to make tracks, if you'd murder a rich uncle in wax, you've but to look in on the resident in number 70 Simuriacs. We've a first-rate assortment of magic, and for raising a posthumous shade, with effects that are comic or tragic, there's no cheaper house in the trade. Love filter, we've quantities of it, and for knowledge if anyone burns, we're keeping a very small profit, a profit who brings us unbounded returns. For he can prophesy with the wink of his eye, peek with security into futurity, sum up your history, clean up a mystery, humour proclivity, for a nativity, for a nativity. He has answers oracular, bogey spectacular, tetrapod surgical, mirrors so magical, facts astronomical, solemn or comical, and if you want it, he makes a reduction on taking a quantity, yo! If anyone anything lacks, he'll find it already in stacks, if you'll only look in on the resident gin number 70 Simuriacs. He can raise you hosts of ghosts, and that without reflectors, and creepy things with wings, and gaunt and grisly spectres. He can fill you crowds of shrouds, and awify you vastly. He can rack your brains with change, and gibberings grim and ghastly. Then if you pledge to change his organically, with an urbanity full of satanity, vexes humanity with an inanity, fatal to vanity, driving your foes to the verge of insanity. Bonic tautology, and demonology, electrobiology, mystic nosology, spirit philology, high-class astrology, such as knowledge isn't a matter requiring apology, yo! My name is John Wellington Wells. I'm a dealer in magic and spells, in blessings and curses and every purses and prophecies, witches and nails. And if anyone anything lacks, he'll find it already in stacks, if he'll only look in on the resident gin number 70 Simuriacs.
I have sent for you to consult you on a very important matter. I believe you advertise a patent oxyhydrogen love at first sight filter.
Sir, it is our leading article.
Now, I want you to confidently guarantee it as possessing all the qualities you claim for it in your advertisement.
Sir, we are not in the habit of puffing our goods. Ours is an old established house with a large family connection, and every assurance held out in the advertisement is fully realized.
Alexis, don't offend him. He'll change us into something dreadful. I know he will.
I am anxious from purely philanthropical motives to distribute this filter secretly among the inhabitants of this village. I, of course, require quantity. How do you sell it?
In buying a quantity, sir, we should strongly advise your taking it in the wood and drawing it off as you happen to want it. We have it in 4.5 and 9-gallon casks, also in pipes and hogsheads for laying down, and we deduct 10% from prompt cash.
Aline, the villagers will assemble to carouse in a few moments. Go and fetch the teapot.
But Alexis...
My dear, you must obey. If you please, go and fetch the teapot.
I'm sure Dr. Daly would disapprove of it.
And how soon will it take effect?
In 12 hours. Whoever drinks of it loses consciousness for that period, and upon waking falls in love, as a matter of course, with the first lady he sees who has also tasted it, and his affection is at once returned. One trial will prove the fact.
Good then. Mr. Wells, I shall feel obliged if you will at once pour as much filter into this teapot as will suffice to affect the whole village.
But bless me, Alexis, many of the villagers are married people.
Madam, this filter is compounded on the strictest principles. On married people, it has no effect whatever. But are you quite sure that you have nerve enough to see you through this fearful ordeal?
In the good cause, I fear nothing.
Very well, then. We will proceed at once to the incantation. Sprites of earth and air, fiends of flame and fire, demon souls come here in shows, this fearful deed inspire. Appear, Up here, up here. Noisome hags of night, imps of deadly shade, pallid ghosts arise in host and lend me all your aid. Up here, up here, up here.
Hark, they assemble, these fiends of the night.
Oh, Alexis, I tremble, seek safety in flight. Let us fly to foreign land where peace and plenty dwell. With the sigh of the silver strand assembled in every shell. To the joy of that land will give up wings. Our path will fly in innocence there to live. In innocence there to die. In innocence there to live. There to die. To live and die.
Too late, too late. That may not be. That happy fate is not for thee. Now, shriveled hags with poison bags, discharge your loathsome loads. Spit, flame, and fire, unholy choir, belch forth your venom toads. Ye demons fell with yelp and yell, shed curses far afield. Ye fiends of night, your filthy blight in noisome plenty yield. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3.
Happy all, the feast is spread before ye. Fear nothing, but enjoy yourselves, I pray. Eat, and drink, be merry, I implore ye. For once let thoughtless folly rule the day. Eat, drink, and be gay, Banish all worry and sorrow. Laugh gaily today, weep with your sorry tomorrow. Come, pass the cup round. I will go bail for the liquor. It's strong and be bound, for it was brewed by the vicar. It's strong and be bound, for it was brewed by the vicar.
Lots of brewing is tea, and brewing is all tea. A prison door tea.
See they drink, all thought unheeding, the teacups clink. They are exceeding, their hearts will melt at midnight hour. Then will be felt the potion's power, then will be felt the potion's power, the potion's power.
Pain, trouble, and care, misery, hunger, and worry, quick, out of your lair, get you all gone in a hurry. Toil, sorrow, and blood, fly away quicker and quicker. It's 3 spoons to the pot, that is the brew of your vicar. 3 spoons to the pot, that is the brew of your vicar.
Not so long as he, I'm brewing a jar of tea. A prison door of tea.
A terrible surprise excites a strange confusion within their aching hearts. I must regain my senses, restoring reason's law. Of fearful inferences the company will draw. Of fearful inferences the company will draw.
Oh, marvelous
'Tis 12, I think, and at this mystic hour, the magic drink should manifest its power. O slumbering font, how little have ye guessed the fire that warms each apathetic breast, each apathetic breast.
But stay, my father is not here.
And pray, where is my mother dear?
I did not think it meet to see a dame of lengthy pedigree, a baronet and KCB, a doctor of divinity, and that respectable QC, all fast asleep al frescoly. And so I had them carried home and put to bed respectably, and put to bed respectably. I trust my conduct meets your approbation.
Sir, you acted with discrimination and showed more delicate appreciation than we expect in persons of your station.
Yes, I showed more delicate appreciation than they expect in persons of my station. But soft, they waken one by one. The spell has worked, the deed is done. I would suggest that we retire while love the housemaid lights her kitchen fire. While love the housemaid lights her kitchen fire.
Where be I, and what be I a-doing, asleep without just when the dew rise?
Why, that's the very way you're out to ruin, and don't seem quite respectable likewise.
Hey, that's you, only think of that now.
What may you be at now? Tell me, do.
Hey, what one knows, and oh, what eyes miss, lips like a rose, and cheeks like wise miss.
I tell you true, which I never done, sir. I like you, as I never like none, sir.
Hey, but I do like you. If you'll marry me, I'll dig for you and rake for you.
If you'll marry me, I'll swear for you and make for you.
If you'll marry me, all others I'll forsake for you. All this will I do if you'll marry me.
If you'll marry me, I'll cook for you and brew for you.
If you'll marry me, a guinea's not a few for you.
If you'll marry me, I'll take you in and do for you.
All this will I do if you'll marry me. All this will I do if you'll marry me. Hey, but I do.
a very deaf old man and hear you very badly.
You very fatal man, she loves you madly.
I know not why I love him so. It is enchantment surely. He's dry and stuffy, deaf and slow, ill-tempered, weak and poorly. He's ugly and absurdly dressed, and 67 nearly. He's everything that I detest, but if the truth must be confessed, I love him very dearly. I love him dearly. Oh, you're everything that I detest, still I love you dearly. You're all that I detest, I love you dearly.
I caught that line, but for the rest I did not hear it clearly.
You very fatal man, she loves you dearly.
Oh joy, the charm works well, and all are now united.
A blind young boy obeys the spell, the drop they all have lighted. Oh, bitter I no words, tell how my heart is pointed. No sooner do I am married, well, you say that we're united. I do confess an anxious care, my humble spirit vexes, but nonetheless accept that, oh, there we love Alexis, oh, there Alexis.
Oh joy, no words can tell our state of mind delighted. For girl and boy and marriage bell will say that we're united. To happiness meets everywhere and present for the sexes. All were less example rare of their beloved Alexis. To happiness meets everywhere and present for the sexes. All were less example rare of their beloved Alexis.
I do confess an anxious care, my humble spirit vexes, but nonetheless accept that of their beloved Alexis, oh, there Alexis.
Oh joy, no words can tell our state of mind delighted. For girl and boy and marriage bell to say that we're united. To happiness meets everywhere and pleasant for the sexes. All the less example rare of their beloved Alexis. To happiness meets everywhere and pleasant for the sexes. All the less example rare of their beloved Alexis. Oh joy, oh joy. Oh joy, oh joy. Oh joy, oh joy. Oh joy, oh joy. Oh
How joyful they all seem in their newfound happiness! The whole village has paired off in the happiest manner, and yet not a match has been made that the hollow world would not consider ill-advised.
But we are wiser, far wiser than the world. Observe the good that will become of these ill-assorted unions. The miserly wife will check the reckless expenditure of her too frivolous consort. The wealthy husband will shower innumerous bonnets on his penniless bride. And the young and lively spouse will cheer the declining days of her aged partner with comic songs unceasing.
What a delightful prospect for him!
But one thing remains to be done, that my happiness may be complete. We must drink the fill to ourselves, that I may be assured of your love forever and ever.
Alexis, do you doubt me? Is it necessary that such love as ours should be secured by artificial means? Oh, no, no, no!
My dear Aline, time works terrible changes, and I want to put our love beyond the chance of change.
But Alexis, It is already far beyond that chance. Have faith in me, for my love can never, never change.
Then you absolutely refuse?
I do. If you cannot trust me, then you have no right to love me. No right to be loved by me.
Enough, Aline! I shall know how to interpret this refusal. Thou hast the power, thy vaunted love, to sanctify all doubt above, despite the gathering shade. To make that love of thine so sure, that come what may, it must endure, till time itself shall fade. Thy love is but a flower that fades within the hour. If such thy love or shame, call it by other name. Thy love is but a flower that fades within the hour. If such thy love or shame, call it by other name. It is not love. It is not love. Thine is the power, and thine alone, to place me on so high a throne that kings might envy me. A priceless throne of love untold, more rare than Orient's pearl or gold. But no, no, thou wouldst be free. Such love is like the ray that dies within the day. If such thy love or shame, call it by other name. Such love is like the ray that dies within the day. If such thy love or shame, call it by other name. It is not love. It is not love.
Singular. It is very singular. It overthrows all my calculations. It is distinctly opposed to the doctrine of averages. I cannot understand it.
Dear Dr. Daly, what has puzzled you?
My dear, this village has not hitherto been addicted to marrying and giving in marriage. Hitherto the youths of this village have not been enterprising, and the maidens have been distinctly coy. Judge then when I tell you that the whole village came to me in a body just now and implored me to join them in matrimony with as little delay as possible. Even your excellent father has hinted to me that before very long, it is not unlikely that he may also change his condition.
Alexis, do you hear that? Are you not delighted?
Yes, I confess that a union between your mother and my father would be a happy circumstance indeed. Sir, the news you bring us is very gratifying.
Yes, still in my eyes it has its melancholy side. All this universal marrying recalls the happy days, now alas gone forever, when I myself might have. But tush, I am puling. I am too old to marry, and yet in the last half hour I have greatly yearned for companionship. I never remarked it before, but the young maidens in this village are very comely. So likewise are the middle-aged. Also the elderly. All are comely and all are engaged.
Here comes your father.
Mrs. Bartlett?
Dr. Daly, give me joy. Alexis, my dear boy, you will, I'm sure, be pleased to hear that my declining days are not unlikely to be solaced by the companionship of this good, virtuous, and amiable woman.
My dear father, this is not altogether what I expected. I'm certainly taken somewhat by surprise. Still, it can hardly be necessary to assure you that any wife of yours is a mother of mine. It is not as I would have wished.
Sir, I entreat your forgiveness. I am aware I'm not here everything to be desired, nor was I blessed with an abundance of worldly goods, but I can confer that your estimable father, the great and priceless dowry of a true, tender, and loving art.
I don't question it. After all, a faithful love is the true source of every earthly joy.
I knew that my boy would not blame his poor father for acting on the impulse of a heart that has never yet misled him. Zora is not perhaps what the world calls beautiful.
Still, she is comely, distinctly comely.
Zora is very good, and she is very pure and clean and honest and quite sober in her habits, and that is worth far more than beauty, dear Sir Marmaduke.
Yes, for beauty will fade and perish, whereas personal cleanliness is practically undying. For it can be renewed whenever it discovers symptoms of decay. My dear Sir Marmaduke, I heartily congratulate you.
I rejoice that it's decided. Happy now will be my life, for my father is provided with a kind and tender wife.
She will tend him, nurse him, mend him, air his linen, dry his tears. Bless the thoughtful fates that send him such a wife to soothe his years.
No young giddy, thoughtless maiden, full of graces, airs, and jeers, but a sober widow laden with the weight of 50 years.
No high-born exacting beauty, blazing like a jewel sun, but a wife who'll do her duty as that duty should be done.
She will tend him, nurse him, mend him, air his linen, dry his tears. Bless the thoughtful fates that send him such a wife to soothe his years.
I'm no saucy minx or giddy, horsey such as them all bound, but a clean and tidy witty will be known for miles around.
All the village now have mated, and are happy as can be. I to live alone am fated, no one left to marry me.
No one left to marry him.
She will tend him, nurse him, mend him, air his linen, dry his tears. Bless the thoughtful fates that send him such a wife to soothe his years.
Bless the thoughtful fates that send him
Such a wife to soothe his years.
Such a wife,
Such a wife to soothe his years.
Oh, I have wrought much evil with my spells, and ill I can't undo. This is too bad of you, J.W. Wells. What wrong have they done you? And see, another lovelorn lady comes. Alas, poor stricken dame. Our gentle pensiveness her life benumbs, and mine alone the blame.
Alas, aye, and well a day, I sigh for love, and well I may, for I am fair. But stay, what is this fairy form I see before me?
How horrible, she's going to adore me. This last catastrophe is overpowering.
Why do you gaze at me with visage lowering? For pity's sake, recoil not thus from me.
My lady, leave me. This can never be. Hate me, I drop my H's through life.
Love me, I'll drop them too.
Hate me, I always eat peas with a knife.
Love me, I'll eat like you.
Hate me, I sometimes roll down One Tree Hill.
Love me, I'll meet you there.
Hate me, I often go to Rocherville.
Love me, that joy I'll share. Love me, my prejudices I'll forever drop.
Hate me, that's not enough.
Love me, I'll come and help you in the shop.
Hate me, the life is rough.
Love me, my grammar I will all forswear.
Hate me, abjure my lot.
Love me, I'll stick sunflowers in my hair.
Hate me, they'll suit you not. And what I'm going to say, be not enraged. I may not love you, for I am engaged. Engaged to a maiden fair with bright brown hair and a sweet and simple smile, who waits for me by the sounding sea on a South Pacific isle. A lie, no maiden waits me there.
She has bright brown hair.
A lie, no maiden smiles on me.
By the sounding sea.
The sounding sea.
Oh, agony, rage, despair, the maiden has bright brown hair, and mine is as white as snow. False man, it will be your fault if I go to my family vault and bury my lifelong woe.
Oh, agony, rage, despair, where will this end, or where I should very much like to know. It will certainly be my fault if she goes to a family vault to bury a lifelong woe.
False man,
it will certainly be my fault if she goes to a family vault.
The family vault,
the vault,
the family vault,
the family vault, the family vault,
the vault,
the family vault,
the vault,
the family vault, the family vault, the family vault, the family vault, the family vault.
Yes, the family vault.
This was to be the happiest day of my life. But I am very far from happy. Alexis insists that I shall taste the filter, and when I try to persuade him that to do so would be an insult to my pure and lasting love, he tells me that I object because I do not desire that my love for him shall be eternal. Well, at least I can prove to him that in that he is unjust. Alexis, doubt me not, my loved one. See, thine uttered will is southern not to me. All fear, all thoughts of ill I cast away. It was my darling's will, and
Oh, my voice is sad and low, and with timid step I go, for with load of love or laden, I inquire of every maiden, will you wed me, little lady? Will you share my cottage shady? Little lady answers no, no, no. Thank you for your kindly proffer, good your heart and full your proffer, but I must decline your offer. I'm engaged to so-and-so. So-and-so, so-and-so. So-and-so, so-and-so. She's engaged to so-and-so. What a rogue young hearts to pillage, what a worker of love's tillage. Every maiden in the village is engaged to so-and-so. So-and-so, so-and-so. So-and-so, so-and-so. All engaged to so-and-so.
Oh, joyous moon, oh, mad delight, oh, sun and moon, oh, day and night, rejoice, rejoice with me.
Proclaim our joy, ye birds above, ye brooklets
Murmur forth our love in choral ecstasy, oh, joyous moon,
oh, mad delight,
oh, sun and moon,
oh, day and night,
rejoice with me, rejoice with me, rejoice, rejoice with me.
My only love, my happiness, the philter, you have tasted it.
Yes, yes.
Oh, joy, mine, mine, forever and ever.
Alexis, don't do that. You must not.
Why?
Alas, that lovers all should meet. Oh, pity, pity me. Oh, charge me not with cold deceit. Oh, pity, pity me. You bade me drink with trembling awe. I drank and wine, oh, potions raw. I love the very first I saw. Oh, pity, pity me.
My dear young friend, console it be, we pity, pity you. In this I'm not an agent free, we pity, pity you. Some most extraordinary spell on us has cast its magic fell. The consequence I need not tell, we pity, pity you.
Some most extraordinary spell
on us has cast its magic fell.
False one, be gone! I spurn thee, to thy new lover turn thee, thy perfidy. All men shall know.
I could not help
Come
it.
on, come on.
We could not help
Obey my call.
We could not
Come
help
hear the run.
We could not
Come everyone, come. for sad surprises. My love Aline despises. No thought of sorrow shames her. Another lover claims her. Be his false girl, for better or for worse. But ere you leave me, may a lover's curse!
Hold! Be just. This poor child drank the philter at your instance. She hurried off to marry you, but most unfortunately met me instead. As you had administered the potion to both of us, the result was inevitable. But fear nothing from me. I shall be no man's rival. I shall quit the country at once and bury my sorrow in the congenial gloom of a colonial bishopric.
My excellent old friend. Mr. Wells, what is to be done?
I do not know. And yet, there is one means by which this spell may be removed.
Name it. Oh, name it!
Or you, or I, must yield up his life to Aramani. I would rather it were you. I should have no hesitation in sacrificing my own life to spare yours, but we take stock next week, and it would not be fair on the company.
True. Well, I am ready.
No, Alexis, it must not be. Mr. Wells, if he must die, that all may be restored to their old loves, what is to become of me? I should be left out in the cold with no love to be restored to.
True, I did not think of that. My friends, I appeal to you, and I leave the decision in your hands. Or he or I must die. Which shall it be? Reply.
Thy thou art the cause of all offending.
Thy thou, yield thou to this decree unbending.
Die thou, die thou, die thou.
So be it, I submit, my fate is sealed to popular opinion, thus I yield. Be happy all, leave me to my despair. I go, it matters not with whom or where.
Enchanted rapture,
Unmangled joy.
come to my mansion, all of you. At least we'll crown our rapture with another feast.
Now to the banquet we press, now for the eggs and the ham, now for the mustard and cress, now for the strawberry jam, now for the Tiberus, now for the rollicking bun, now for the muffin and toast, and now for the gay Sally Run, now for the muffin Thank you.